Hi everyone, I'm Susan Heller, the Kosher Keto Maven from Online Mavens LLC. Today I'm going to show you how to make kosher keto poached salmon with mushrooms in a tasty cream sauce. Let's get started. The ingredients are mushrooms, lemon juice, onion salt or onion powder, cream cheese, butter, sockeye salmon fillets, riced cauliflower, and almond milk, and also salt and pepper. I like to use the 365 Whole Foods brand of organic unsweetened original almond milk. It's OU and is only 2 grams of carbohydrates per 1 cup. The riced cauliflower has 4 grams of carbohydrates for a 3/4 cup serving, and there's 4 servings in this bag. The cream cheese has 1 gram per person, and the butter has none. The lemon juice and the garlic powder have a very small amount. The mushrooms have 2.8 grams per serving of carbs, and the salmon has none. There are 9.8 grams total carbs in this recipe and 5.4 net carbs in this recipe. Now I'll show you how to make the cauliflower crunchy instead of mushy. And I'm going to open up the cauliflower rice, which is mostly defrosted, but not all the way. I'm going to just dump it into this dry pan. Oh, there's a runaway piece. And break it up with a wooden spoon. Just like this. Until it's mostly broken up. And then I'll put it back on the stove on very low heat. It helps to make it crispy, which is very good tasting. Much better than just like steaming it or putting it in the microwave. But you have to be careful not to burn it. While it's on the stove, you'll need to stir it frequently so it doesn't burn. Next, I'll slice the mushrooms. I've measured out 12 ounces, and I like to use the cremini mushrooms or the white mushrooms, either one. I don't like to use the baby bellas because checking them for insects is much harder. You have to remove the gills, and that takes so much longer. I slice the mushrooms in half and throw out the dry ends, and then I slice them in pieces just like you see. I really need a bigger cutting board for my dairy meals. I have a nice size meat one, but I need a bigger dairy one. Oops, I forgot to melt the butter. Well, we'll do it now. Put the pan over medium heat, and when it's melted, add the mushrooms. Okay, I'm back on the burner. Next, we'll sprinkle the salmon with the garlic powder or the garlic salt, and then rub it in. Ooh, I see a little bone here. Let's get rid of it. I'm grinding some salt and pepper to the salmon fillets. Just a little bit, whatever you want, just to taste. And then I'll add the almond milk to the pan. Back on the stove until it bubbles. And now we'll start working on the sauce. And we'll stir in the cream cheese. We'll just stir this in the hot pan until it's melted. This will be the beginning of our sauce. Later on, we'll add some of the poaching liquid. Okay, the milk is steaming, so I'm just going to add the salmon fillets. I'm spooning the almond milk over the fillets, and I'll put it back on the stove. In about 4 minutes, I'll flip them over. Everything's almost done. I'm going to put some of the poaching liquid in with the mushrooms now to complete the sauce. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of this poaching liquid, the almond milk. And then stir about half of it in with the mushrooms. And then I may stir in a little bit more, depending on how thick the sauce is. Okay, I've got a cup measured out. I'm putting the salmon back on the stove. It needs to cook about another minute. And I'm going to pour about half a cup in here. I think half a cup was a good amount. The sauce seems to be just fine. I'm going to pour the rest of the almond milk back in with the salmon. Okay, we're ready to plate. First the rice. We'll put on 3/4 of a cup. That was 1 serving. That's a half cup I'm using. Oops, I forgot to put the lemon juice in this with the salmon. But it's a last minute thing, so it's okay. We were last minute for sure. Next, we'll put the salmon on top of the rice. And the mushrooms on top of the salmon. And the sauce over everything. I want to give a shout out to Lynn Friedman, who 20 years ago gave me a recipe that inspired this one. B'tei avon, and have a great day. Please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Toda rabah.